The story was he was my professor for ethics and values, 2013.
I suppose early on I was aware that Bonnie was not the average student.
But he kept me at arm's length.
I was always looking for good students to TA for my class, so I asked her to be my TA. At the end of that semester, she said, "Here's my number. If you want to hang out, give me a call."
He was kind. There's a certain goodness that comes from him, that came from him then.
We would drive and sit and talk in the parking lot. We would talk about I'm sorry, I don't remember a lot of what we talked about exactly. The intimate details of those conversations are gone.
We married, and we were blissfully happy 6 months later, and he had a massive stroke.
I remember waking up and I couldn't move my arm. It felt numb and unresponsive. I tried to do push-ups, thinking that it would show the universe or whatever that I really hadn't had a stroke.
And he came around the bed, but instead of both arms out, his left arm was hanging at his side, and the left side of his face had gone slack. So I helped him lay down, and I called 911. And everything changed.
I suppose sometimes I feel broken, like a bicycle that's been run over by a car and is missing maybe its front or rear wheel. For heaven's sakes, I can't even go to the bathroom by myself, so I'm gonna need help. I wouldn't want this for my wife. I would not have chosen it for her.
Take me to a moment, Bonnie, where it starts to dawn on you what this means.
It happened before the stroke. It was so good. I kept waiting for it to stop being good. I kept thinking, when does the shoe drop? When does it fall apart? Which is so fatalist, so that when it actually happened, I felt prepared in some ways. Like, oh, I can deal with trauma. I can deal with crisis. I can do this, because this is what I've done up to Mark. That first 6 months was my respite for a long duration in uncertainty. And so I kind of just got thrown back into the fire.
And eventually I came to accept that it wasn't just gonna come back. There's no way around the mountain or over it or under it. You just gotta get through. That was a hard thing to accept.
I think, how long do we have? I don't ever think, oh, I'll jump out because things will be better. I'd felt like I'd arrived. I felt like I was finally where I belonged. I felt safe and secure and appreciated for who I am. Why would I leave? Just because the landscape of the body and the brain changed? Why would I leave?
Well,
I'm at Provo Assisted Living Center. Because I am incapable of taking care of myself on my own. I pretty much need 24-hour care. We decided together that it was time for me to change venues, as it were.
It was about in February. I recognized within myself feelings of resentment. I never wanted that. I didn't know who I was anymore. I didn't know what I did anymore. Because I lost myself in taking care of him. I lost myself. And my children needed me desperately. My own daughter, she's 16, she was deeply ill and needed full-time, focus. At that point, I mentioned to Mark, I said, maybe it's time for the marriage to be over.
The staff here help me to do the things that I like to and need to do. I get a lot of reading done. And I usually spend some of that time at least playing video games. I feel a little, insecure about that. But it is a way of escaping.
Mark is torn right now, and I understand why. Because he doesn't want this. No, we still don't want as is. And so sometimes I get from him, yes, let's do this because freedom is the only thing I can give you. And other times, like yesterday, he'll text me and say, I miss you, I miss my wife. And I asked him to stop.
Well, it's my real hope that my being here will make regrowing herself possible so that she can look in the mirror and know who she is.
I need to be able to back away and try and retain the friendship. That's what's most important to me. What it will look like, I think I have more control over than he does. For me, I'd like to go in maybe a couple times a week and visit with him. And that's enough for me.
But you divorce.
Yeah.
I don't resent it. She gave everything she could for 2 years. I guess I do feel like it's my turn to give.
It wasn't supposed to be like this.